Hey guys, Salty here, and today I'll be covering the first of possibly many Destiny 2 Beyond Light guide videos. Today I'm covering one of my favorite builds so far in Destiny that I dub the Sunny D build. I saw a lot of these before Beyond Light dropped, but haven't seen anything covering it since, so I figured I'd share my build with all of you today. So let's get started with how this build works. Basically, the concept behind this build is to use Sunshot, Top Tree Dawnblade, Warmind Cell mods, and Sunbracers to cause massive amounts of AoE solar damage that can and will obliterate your enemies. Honestly, you can use any solar energy weapon of your choice, but Sunshot's special perk Sunblast makes enemies explode in solar damage, which pairs extremely well with Warmind Cells since they can cause them to explode. As far as kinetic weapons go, I'd suggest whatever you feel comfortable with. In my case, a shotgun. For heavy weapons, I switch between Falling Guillotine or a solar heavy like Thermal Erosion, depending on what we're up against, but feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with. Now, before I get into the mods and stats, I like to cover why we're using Sunbracers. Sunbracers makes it so when using Top Tree Dawnblade's melee Celestial Fire to kill an enemy, you get a 10-second window to throw solar grenades that will burn longer and have no cooldown in that time frame. As I'll explain later with our mods, this will allow for more AoE potential and will create a bigger window for Warmind cells to drop. With our mods, you can change these around to better fit your playstyle except for the Warmind cell mods and our artifact mods. These will be what helps cause the most starting AoE off damage. With our head, we have Rage of the Warmind, which will cause our Warmind cells to do additional solar damage, which is definitely going to help with our AoE potential. We then have Hand Cannon Targeting, which is going to help better damage with our Sunshot. With our Sunbracers, we're going with Wrath of Rasputin to go ahead and have our Solar Splash damage actually drop the Warmind cells. Hand Cannon Loader for quicker reload with our Sunshot. Unstoppable Hand Cannon to make it so it staggers unstoppable champions. With our chest, we're going with Global Reach to extend the range that our Warmind cells damage enemies for. Unflinching Machine Gun when we use Thermal Erosion, and then Unflinching Hand Cannon Aim to better help our Sunshots damage. Next with our boots, we're doing Taking Charged that will become charged with light when picking up Orbs of Power, Hand Cannon Scavenger for ammo for our Sunshot, and Invigoration to reduce our melee cooldown each time we pick up an orb. Finally, with our Bond, we're going with High Energy Fire to increase our weapon damage from the Charge with Light mod, Surge Eater to recharge our grenade each time it disrupts a champion, and then we're going with Thermal Overload to delay enemy ability regeneration and their output from champions. Now that mods are out of the way, let's look at stats. Honestly, you can change these around to better fit your playstyle, but I found putting most of your focus on recovery, strength, and discipline suited me best. So with 90 to 100 recovery, this will allow you to get back into fights faster, and will also allow you to put down your healing or damage rift faster. With higher strength, you'll be able to put your melee out more, proccing your Sunbracers more often. And with discipline, when your melee is on cooldown, you can still get some grenade energy back while waiting for it to recharge. And that's basically it. As for my PvP fanatics out there, this does work pretty decently in PvP. The downside is Warmind cells will not drop in the Crucible, so your best bet is to swap those Warmind mods out for mods like Stacks on Stacks, Powerful Friends, Radiant Light, etc. So if you guys like this guide, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or would like to see more guides.